Well, there are lots of different versions of what a smart city can be. Milton Keynes is a great example of a city experimenting with lots of different sorts of smart possibilities. But I think what they all share is a focus on collecting data, digital data, so often enormous data sets collected often in real time from lots of different data sources. So that can be, for example, traffic or air pollution, water sensors, but also picking up the signals that all our smartphones are constantly sending out, among many other possibilities. All that data gets gathered together, analysed in different ways, and then the idea is that that analysis will enable the city to run more efficiently, maybe more sustainably, potentially even more democratically. A lot of the discussions of smart city have been driven by, well, certainly in the early days, from the sort of late 1990s, early 2000s, by large tech companies. Microsoft, IBM, Siemens, Philips, they've all got thinking about the smart city as a kind of market to sell various products to local authorities, often on the promise that that'll save the local authorities money. And obviously in times of austerity, that's a very appealing claim that they're making. So what we wanted to do with this project, though, was shift the focus away from the technology and think much more about the city, I suppose, and in particular the people that live in the city. Cities are fascinating places precisely because there are so many different sorts of people coming here. You can think of all sorts of differences of income, class, racialized differences, people's gendered, sexual identities and so on, religious differences. Cities are incredibly rich melting pots of social diversity. And that's something that the tech companies have found very hard to engage with and deal with in the way that they're trying to
the tech companies wanting
city.
to make money are going to concentrate presumably on areas like, transport, storage, things like that, rather than on pedestrians walking up and down the street.
Absolutely. I think they're going to focus on areas where they can get reliable data, where the kind of data analytics and particularly kind of algorithms and machine learning and those kind of automated analytical processes can work most effectively. And things like traffic, water, electricity supplies, the kind of infrastructure of a city, that I can imagine that will actually work quite well in terms of being smartened up, if you like. We'll get efficiencies and so on. When it comes to people, putting algorithms to work becomes a lot more complicated, often because we don't agree actually on what a good city is. It's a difficult thing to think about. People contest and debate it. So we're really interested in that more human side of smart.